Everyone is a photographer today. Just watch any commercial for the latest smartphone, and they market their cameras as photographers' tools. Have you ever tried to photograph a belted kingfisher in flight using a cell phone? Apparently, they haven't either, because it's not happening. Makes me think back to my days of photographing weddings. I try to imagine the look on a bride's face after paying me thousands of dollars to photograph her wedding, and I show up on her wedding day and whip out an iPhone. Do you think her first thought is, oh great, he brought a photographer's tool? Or do you think she's plotting my death? I do think the cell phone is to blame probably for a lot of this mentality. I have a camera on me at all times. I take selfies in the bathroom. Therefore, I'm a photographer. Technically speaking, being a photographer doesn't have anything to do with your gear or how long you have been shooting, and it definitely has nothing to do with calling yourself one. I mean, really, anyone can take a photo, but not everyone is a photographer when they do. I made a bowl of spaghetti last night. I'm not suddenly a chef. So what's the difference between taking photos and being a photographer?
But you're stronger than you know. You'll never be alone when everything feels dark.
Welcome to the channel. I'm Jeff. This is a place for photographers who want to become better and create images that are both compelling and meaningful. We talk about everything from camera techniques to editing workflows to fieldcraft, animal behavior, and the deeper ideas behind what makes wildlife photography truly powerful. If you're passionate about wildlife and want to keep improving your photography, well, then you're in the right place. Taking photos is mechanical. You see something, you point the camera at it, and you press the shutter. You move on. It's reactive. It's often spontaneous, oftentimes even lucky, sometimes unintentional. And there's nothing wrong with that. But taking a photo doesn't require awareness or vision, responsibility, study, or patience. But being a photographer is something that goes much, much deeper. It's more meaningful. It's a completely different mindset. A photographer observes a bird, understands their behavior, respects its space, anticipates its movements. They don't just collect images, they build understanding. Here's the core difference. Taking photos is about capturing. Being a photographer is about awareness and intention. Having intention shows up in many different ways. How you position yourself to capture a moment, when you choose to capture the moment, how you handle the lighting in the scene, what you choose to include or exclude from the image, how you go about editing your images, how you decide on what images get published or not. A photographer's only concern isn't whether or not an image is sharp. A photographer is always looking to see if their images say something. Intention turns a random frame into deliberate, meaningful photographs. Without a purpose behind your images, photography becomes nothing more than collecting snapshots. But having awareness and having intention, your photography becomes a voice. There's also responsibility. And this is where the gap becomes very obvious. Someone taking pictures might flush a bird for action, get too close to a nesting area, ignore the signs of distress, prioritize the shot over the subject. A photographer understands impact. They know that their presence matters. Their distance matters. Their restraint matters. Being a photographer, especially a wildlife photographer, means you are part of the environment. You're not separate from it. Responsibility is not technical, it's ethical. In ethics, even when no one else is looking, defines a professional more than any piece of equipment ever will. Taking photos can produce the occasional great image. Everyone gets lucky from time to time. But being a photographer produces excellent work that is consistent. And consistency comes from the important details we talk about all the time. Your awareness, studying, experience, reflection, pattern recognition. A person taking photos relies heavily on luck. A photographer anticipates and builds predictability. They know why an image worked. They know why one failed. They adjust intentionally. They don't rely on burst mode and chance for good photos. They rely on preparation, awareness, and anticipation. This isn't about calling yourself a professional. It's about your mindset and how you approach your craft. You can be a hobbyist and still be a photographer. You can call yourself a professional and be nothing more than a person holding a camera. The difference isn't money. The difference isn't your commitment. It's your commitment to improving, learning, and honestly critiquing your own work, accepting criticism, choosing patience over shortcuts. Being a photographer is not about status. It's about discipline. Taking photos is pressing a button, but being a photographer is about taking great care, caring about how we use light, our timing, our ethics, growth, meaning, and the story behind our images. Anyone can take a photo, but the moment that you begin to care and observe deeply, anticipate intentionally, edit thoughtfully, then you've crossed the line, not into a title, but into a mindset that separates those that take snapshots and those that create photographs. If you're looking to make that leap into being a photographer, next time you find yourself taking photos, ask yourself this one simple question: am I just taking photos here? Or am I taking care and acting responsibly to create an image? That question alone can transform how you work. What do you think? When do you most feel like a photographer? Let me know in the comments. If you're looking for a powerful photo editor, I would highly recommend that you go ahead and check out DxO Photolab 9. It's the software that I personally use and trust for all of my photo editing, especially because of its industry-leading noise reduction and their AI masking tools that make editing faster, more precise, and more consistent. If you'd like to try it for yourself, use the link in the description. And if you decide to purchase it, use my code Magnolia at the time of checkout to save 15% off. You can also download their 30-day free trial and test everything out for 30 days with absolutely no restrictions. And if you want to really learn how to get the most out of Photolab, check out my DxO Photolab 9 Masterclass at magnoliaphotographysc.com/store. In that course, I walk you through everything from uploading files into Photolab to AI masking tools to getting your images out of Photolab for print or even sharing online. This course includes a lot of freebies too, including my preset collections for wildlife, portraits, nature, and landscapes. Hey, thank you so much for joining me today. I truly appreciate you taking some time out of your busy lives to spend it with me, something that means a lot to me. And before you go, you might want to think about checking out this next video though, right here.